Hello friends, welcome back to the video lessons on electronic measuring instruments. Till now we have seen the introduction to bridge circuits, the basic circuit arrangement of a bridge and the condition for bridge balance, and we have seen how to find out the condition for bridge balance by doing some analysis. In case of DC bridge circuits, only resistors are used. So the condition for bridge balance is Z R1 R4 equal to R2 R3. Whereas in case of AC bridge circuits, the condition for bridge balance is magnitude of Z1 into magnitude of Z4 equal to magnitude of Z2 into magnitude of Z3, and also the phase angle of phi 1 or theta 1 plus phase angle theta 4 is equal to phase angle theta 2 plus phase angle theta 3. That is, in case of AC bridge circuits, two conditions are to be satisfied to say that the bridge is balanced. One is magnitude condition, which says the product of the magnitude of impedances in the opposite arms must be equal. And the second is the phase angle condition, which says the sum of the phase angles of the impedances in the opposite arms should be equal. And then we have seen a practical example, a problem. We have seen how to find out the unknown impedance. Now, coming to Wheatstone Bridge. Basically, it is a DC bridge and it employs real impedances, that is, resistances only in the arms, in its arms. Source of current can be either DC or AC. The detector used can be a null detector or headphones or speakers. The schematic diagram of a Wheatstone bridge is as shown in figure. This is the arrangement of resistances in Wheatstone bridge. Resistance R1, resistance R2, R3, R4 are used, and unknown resistance is placed in the arm BD. Instead of R4, it can be RX, unknown resistance. And resistance in the arm CB, that is R3, is taken to be a variable resistance, because when the bridge is formed and it is excited, I mean energized by the power supply E, then initially, because of mismatch of voltages at C and D, the null detector will show some value, some non-zero value. Now, we know the condition for bridge balance as R1 Rx equal to R2 R3. So from that, Rx can be found out as R1 R3 by R2. Here, when R1, R2 and R3 are chosen to be fixed values, then in no condition the bridge gets balanced, because we do not know what is the value of Rx. So in order to measure an unknown resistance placed in the arms BD, the resistance R3 has to be gradually increased or decreased slightly, and we have to keep on monitoring the voltage that is shown by the null detector, or the deflection of the null detector, or the pointer movement of the null detector. When R3 is reduced, suppose if the null detector is coming towards 0, then gradually decrease the value of R3 till the null detector reads 0. On the other hand, when R3 is reduced, if the pointer is moving away from R3, it indicates that the bridge is getting more imbalanced. So instead of reducing the value of R3, now what we have to do? We have to increase the value of R3. R3 is gradually increased, observing the null detector pointer position, and as soon as and at one particular value of R3, the null detector pointer rests at 0. At that point, the voltage at terminal C with respect to B is equal to the voltage at terminal D with respect to B, and since the meter is placed between terminals C and D, both are at the same voltage, no current flows through the moment or the meter, and it indicates 0. So at that condition, when the bridge is balanced and the null detector is showing 0, we can write the unknown value expression as Rx is equal to R2 R3 by R1. R2 R3 by R1. So straight away we can find out the value of unknown resistance Rx. Let us see. Its operation is based on the fundamental diagram shown in figure 1. The bridge has 4 resistive arms R1, R2, R3 and R4. Galvanometer is used as a null detector. The current through the galvanometer depends on the potential difference between points C and D. The bridge is said to be balanced when the potential difference across the galvanometer is 0 volts. So there is no current through the galvanometer. This is possible when the voltage from point C to point A equals the voltage from D to point A, that is upside, C to point A or D to point A. So here reference point is chosen to be A. So VCA should be equal to VDA, or otherwise when the voltage from point C to point B equals the voltage from point D to point B. That is, here the voltage measuring reference is taken as B. So the voltage of point C with reference to B should be equal to the potential or the voltage of point D with reference to B. VCB should be equal to VDB, or VCA should be equal to VDA. In both the cases, the bridge will be balanced and no current would be there in the null detector or in the basic PMMC movement. Hence, the bridge is balanced when I1 R3 equal to I2 R4, and we know the expression for I1 which is same as I3, that is this one. I1 should be equal to I3. Similarly, I2 should be equal to I4. What is the expression for I1? E by R1 plus R3. What is the expression for I2? E by R2 plus R4. E by R1 plus R3 is I1 or I3. E by R2 plus R4 is I2 or I4. Now, combining equations 1, 2 and 3. That is, in place of I3, write this. E by R1 plus R3 into R3. In place of I2 in equation 1, write this expression. That is E by R2 plus R4 into R4. E by R1 plus R3 into R1 equal to E by R2 plus R4 into R2. E gets cancelled out on both sides. R1 by R1 plus R3 equal to R2 by R2 plus R4. Now by cross multiplication, R1 R4 plus R1 R2 plus R1 R4 on the left hand side should be equal to R1 R2 plus R2 R3 on the right hand side. Now when you see on both left hand side and right hand side, R1 R2 is common and it gets cancelled out. So the left hand term is R1 R4 on the left hand side is equal to R2 R3 on the right hand side. So that is the condition for bridge balance. This can be directly obtained from the basic equation we have derived for bridge balance, that is Z1 Z4 equal to Z2 Z3, because a Wheatstone bridge makes use of only resistances in place of impedances. Z1 replaced with R1, Z4 replaced with R4, Z2 replaced with R2, and Z3 replaced with R3 forms the condition for bridge balance. The unknown resistance Rx is placed in place of R4. So what we have to do for measurement of unknown resistance? So the unknown resistance has to be placed in the fourth arm in place of R4. Then R3, resistance R3 is called as standard arm of the bridge. R2 and R1 are called as the ratio arms. R1 and R2 are ratio arms. R3 is the standard arm. Resistor R3 is chosen to be variable. This is important. One of the resistor R3 is chosen to be variable, and by adjusting it gradually, the bridge is balanced. At bridge balance, the current in the null detector reaches 0. Instead of null detector, if a microphone or speaker is used in place of a null detector, the sound gradually reduces to 0 when the bridge is balanced. At bridge balance, the unknown resistance Rx can be obtained by the use of bridge balance condition, that is R1 Rx equal to R2 R4. So Rx is equal to R2 R3 by R1. So this is how the unknown resistance can be found out using a Wheatstone bridge. Let us stop it here, and in the next class we will see some more details on Wheatstone bridge, and then we will shift to AC bridges, that is Maxwell bridge and then sharing bridge. Thank you.